first off, Joe, thank you so much for doing this. People usually do it in my car. It's a Camry XLE.
Yeah.
They kind of get in the car and everything.
I'm a retired NFL lineman. Camrys aren't my thing.
It's an XLE. But no, that's fine. It's fine. It's great. You have a wonderful office here.
I need a double XLE.
You are one of the names in this region that has remained relevant long past your football career. And I think that attributes to your involvement in it. It's Joe Andruzzi Foundation, and one of the differences between this and a lot of other ones is Joe Andruzzi comes to work here almost every day, or if he's not here, he's somewhere in the community. Talk to me a little bit about that when you started this organization and the importance of you being here, not just the name, but actually Joe's here.
Well, back in my playing days, we befriended a young boy from Providence, Rhode Island, and I've met a lot of kids. I did a lot of hospital visits, and God works in funny ways sometimes. So a connection was made, and I knew his name was C.J. Buckley. We knew him for about 2.5 years. Unfortunately, he had an inoperable brain tumor that took him from us in December of '02. But just seeing him, how he lived his life, and he was a sailor. When he was on the boat, he didn't have cancer out there in the water. He loved being out there on the boat. He had dreams, he had goals. He wanted to get his license. He had his car picked out already. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to do all that. But God put us together for a reason, and we started up a brain cancer research fund in honor of him, and we raised $500,000 in 3 years.
Wow.
And after that a year after the last year, I'm calling that doctor we just donated all that money to for my own help. It's ironic how things work, and like I said, God works in funny ways. So for me and my wife, we reached out and came back to Boston for the best care possible, and there was a doctor here who knew Burkitt's lymphoma, which I was diagnosed with, and he wrote the protocol. He understood it, knew what was going on with me. I flew here on May 31st, 2007. He looked at me and he said, "You're already stage 4. We're starting chemo tomorrow, June 1st, 7 a.m. So it was a quick turnaround, real fast, and just had to battle for my life. I spent, because Burkitt's is a rare and aggressive cancer, doubles in size in 24 hours, the action had to be done fast, and then I was inpatient for probably 50 plus days because I would get chemo sometimes 5 to 10 days straight every day, and that's how they had to go about fighting it. And back in August, and trying to get back on my feet, took me a good year, and it was a tough battle, but you see what it does to your outside. You lose your hair. I don't think I had an eyelash, an eyebrow, anything on my body. And it grew back, of course, but it was one of those things where it still affects your whole body. I mean, those potent drugs are funneling through everywhere. Your organs, your brain, your whole body. I have neuropathy now from the chemo, and it's one of those things where, what, if that's all I got and some other issues.
Sure.
I'm 6 feet above ground instead of 6 feet below.
Yeah.
And, my wife and I started this foundation May 2008, and it's been remarkable. And, the people that we help and the smiles we share and, the laughter and everything. I mean, laughter is that best medicine. Sure. People don't realize it. And I love going out. I love joking around. I come in this office, a lot of jokes here, and sometimes a distraction, but it gets people motivated and it gets people, feeling better about themselves. And I know firsthand that, laughter is that best medicine. My daughter, who is about 7 years old, thought it was hysterical that Dad was bald. And I would come home from the hospital and we have a great big belly laugh because Dad was bald and she thought it was hysterical. But overall, May 2008, we turned around. We were raising money and donating it to Children's Hospital for brain cancer research. Now we took a step back after going through what we did. My wife had a lot of time on her hands in her research through my battle, being at the hospital with me 90% of the time, and realizing that there wasn't much out there for care, for the caregivers, for the patients' families, and the home bills. Medical bills can be put on payment plans, but guess what? You still need heat in your house. You still need electricity. You still need a car payment. You still need many things to run a house. Food.
Fuel.
Fuel.
Yeah,
you still need many things to run your house. And if you're a family and stricken with that, if you're the income, that hurts you a little bit. I mean, or the insurance part of it, or if you're a child and one of those parents has to stop working to take care of the child. And then if you have other children, do you need a babysitter? Do you need daycare? So there's a multitude of things that all formulate around a cancer diagnosis. You hear that word cancer and it shuts you down. I know I got the phone call and I just sat down and shut down. And I called my wife and she was at school volunteering with the kids and she didn't even understand me, but she came right home and we sat down and we had to put everything on paper and figure out where we were going forward from here. So, it's been a great 15 years for us. We've helped over 40,000 families, individuals, and we just gave out our $10th million to pay it forward. So it's, knock on wood, we're still moving forward, and we want to do more and more and have more and more people involved. And, that's why we got this road trip coming up and coming to Rhode Island first.
All right. Hey, no, that's great. And, I think this is the first time I've been interviewing people for a number of years now. And I think this is one of the first time somebody says, it started with cancer in 2008 and it's been a great 15 years. I've never heard that kind of put together. You launched, after obviously taking care of your health, you launched into really something that has been synonymous with your family, public service. A lot of people remember, right after 9/11, it was quite a moving scene. You had your brothers on the field with you. Some of them are still active in FDNY, and your family has a history of public service. So I feel like it was in your DNA to really take this road after your professional career.
I took a little detour.
Sure.
Football derailed me a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if I stayed in New York, I would have taken the test or something.
But without that football, I mean, it's the path. It's the different ways that we get,
Yes and no. I went to Southern Connecticut. I was the only one that went away to college.
Okay.
And, football got me there, but also Southern Connecticut State University had a great teaching program.
Okay.
I studied special ed. I loved it. It's very rewarding to work with special needs kids. I still, to this day, love helping out special needs programs, Olympics, and the stuff like that. The smiles on their face and these kids and adults too, that have a shell on the outside. It's like they're a turtle, but underneath they're just like everybody else, and they smile and love life to the fullest, and knowing that they can't do so much, is sometimes hurtful for them, but also, them enjoying life is a great tribute. But, being able to do that, and the JAF has been truly amazing, and also helping out first responders. Like you said, my brothers, my whole family come from a family of police officers, military men and women, firemen now. It's a whole family, and I'm the opposite side, but it's like you said, it's in my blood and genes, and this is how my wife and I have stepped forward and with the foundation, and especially after helping my brothers out after 9/11, it's not easy, And then going through the Boston bombings in 2013, being a part of that with our running team, that was just a small part of what they went through that day.
Sure.
And I still had, feelings of that when I was there that day to figure and trying to go through what they went through in a bigger city area.
Yeah. It was just interesting how you did all that training for the marathon, and
I didn't train.
Well, I mean, you were part of you were part of that whole. You had your team going and everything, and obviously you've done a lot of training in your day. I heard you used to be able to throw up at least 180, 200 pounds on the bench press, right? Something like that. More? No?
A lot more than that.
Oh, yeah.
180. All right. I talk about like one dumbbell.
Bicep curls.
One dumbbell.
Right. That's where it was. Okay. That's where I'm sorry. I get confused.
Yeah, the dumbbell is 180. Something.
Joe,
like
I played the accordion growing up. Okay. We come from different. We come from different
you need
backgrounds.
Some strength. That's heavy. You need some strength.
Yeah. That's a rotator cuff injury just waiting to happen on the on one side. That's okay.
You gotta work the core. You gotta carry it.
We're a lot alike. You and I, Joe.
Yeah, we could be twins. I mean, you're like Danny DeVito and maybe Arnold Schwarzenegger, that movie Twins. There we go.
Can't tell you how many times I've walked into a restaurant and somebody says, "Hey, Joe Andruzzi." Oh, no, sorry. It's been DeCastro.
Oh, no, that's right. It's twin brother Danny DeVito.
So it's the disappointment just rise over everywhere. You talk a little bit about what you do here at the organization. I know you've talked about financial assistance, food security, transportation, extraordinary needs, and upbeat opportunities. Yeah. Share a little bit about those.
So, financial assistance number one on our list here, and we help patients with home end bills. And we started since day one in May 2008. Food security came about during COVID. We ran a pilot program and realizing that people are in need of food. And when somebody has to choose between putting food on the table for the family or buying their medicine to get better for your family,
right?
We don't want that decision. That's a tough decision to make for a family. So we started that up, and it's been a great program. We buy gift cards for the vicinity grocery store of where that person is.
Okay.
Whether it's Stop and Shop or Shaw's or Market Basket or Walmart or any place like that that's connected in their area, so they can get food for their family. So it's
very personal, because you're right. You could just, any agency could just say, "Oh yeah, here you go. Here's the assist." Like, well, I got to drive 2 hours to get to that place. Your team really focuses to make sure that it's customized for the folks that you're helping out. It's
been a great program. And here in Massachusetts, we also have a transportation program, which we kind of inherited from another organization that had started that. And right now it's just in Massachusetts, but we're broadening out to other states and working with the LIFT program, because people need rides to get to their treatment, to their doctor's appointment, and that becomes a big expense. Yeah. So we're able to step in with LIFT, and extraordinary needs, part of it is somebody who is wheelchair bound and needs a wheelchair ramp at their house so they can get in their house. Yeah. That's where the extraordinary needs comes in, something like that. And my favorite is the upbeat opportunities, because that started way back during my battle, and being able to stay upbeat and positive was always hard for me.
Sure.
Because I was inpatient a lot. And my doctor would always send me home. He goes, "You get better at home, you don't get better at the hospital." And I truly believe that, because whenever my numbers were up enough, he goes, "You can go home." But I would know I have to go back in 24 to 48 hours when a fever spiked or something. But going home and seeing my kids and spending time with my wife and children and whoever else was in town that time of the year, and stuff like that, it just lifts your spirits up. And it's a different aroma. And I know coming here and having the upbeat opportunities, whether it's going to the zoo or going to the Woo Sox or going to Patriots training camp, and being able to bring families with me to those opportunities and seeing a smile on their faces, it's the most rewarding thing you could do. And a lot of times families, they don't see each other during the treatments. I mean, right. A young kid may not see his siblings say, leukemia. They're in a hospital for a good month or so.
Right.
And a parent, same thing, you may not see them. So for us to be able to do that and partner with certain organizations, say the Woo Sox, it helps us a great deal with the night there and promoting the foundation and cancer awareness and knowing what we do personally. It's, not all about cancer. It's about families dealing with that cancer. Sure. And being able to step up and help them is, very personal and rewarding for us.
So the theme around this whole thing, I think, is something you're very familiar with. It's team. You had your team that you played with. You've had the team that you've built around. You have your team of doctors when you were going through your treatment. And now you're looking to expand your team, the JAF home team, if you will, of people who are involved with the foundation, whether it be on being part of the extraordinary events. We've got some stuff coming up we're going to talk about, but that really bringing those people in and being part of it, yes, a donation is wonderful, and those are always welcome.
Yes.
Sign here. But you are also building this community of supporters and people to know where this money is going.
Yeah, we got people all around New England that we've really connected with and have become our ambassadors.
Okay.
Whether you're a runner, whether you're just a supporter, but love hearing from other people that, they heard about JF through somebody else that was at the event, or, talking about how great it is and what great things you do. And, we just try and strive on that and do more, because people, not just the people working here, not just the team here, the team of board members, team of committees that we have, it's the people that are coming to the events too and learning about us, and the families that we help and many things like that. And that's kind of why we're doing our 15-year road trip coming up and spreading the word and teaching about what we do here at JF and how we do pay a vote. I mean, if you're in upstate Maine, that we might have helped one person out there, but pretty much that's the only person that knows about it, unless unless the social worker or the hospital that she goes to, or cancer center. So spreading that word, getting people involved, getting people together, and having these small events, and coming down to Rhode Island and bringing people together to teach them about JF and the people we help. And it may be somebody's family member, maybe your neighbor, maybe just a stranger. I mean, that's rewarding just as well. I know people that have come up to me in a gas station and asked me, "Are you Joe Andruzzi?" And I said, "Yes." And tears go in their eyes. It's amazing. It gives me chills to even tell that story now, and then have many stories that out of nowhere. I mean, people recognize me. I kind of stick out as a big fat offensive lineman guy,
you look great. Yeah. You look great. You look great. It's a physical appearance.
We got the wide angle camera here. Yeah, that's all.
It's not a wide angle lens, by the way. This is a slimming lens. You look amazing. So you almost look as good as the intern here. So let's talk about the annual events first, because I know you've got a golf tournament. You've got some other great stuff that you do every year that are kind of staple that everybody does, but it's still, if you're looking to get involved, this is a great way to do so. Yes. Talk to me about some of these events you do.
So we got a lot of people coming in from all throughout New England. We have a great golf event at Black Rock last few years, and bringing it back this year on June 12th. Anybody interested, joeandruzzifoundation.org. Okay. We have some spots open up, and they're filling up quick now. We just started promoting it again and reaching out to sponsors. But that's a fun event, and to go out and spend a couple hours. We bring patients, we bring other constituents. I try and get out some of my former player friends to come out and play in the tournament, and other celebrity people in the area too that I've been in contact with. We have our gala in the fall coming up, and so just two big events for us, but we also have many third-party events, like our hop-over events, where we kind of spread the word and in our young professional group that we have started, and stuff like that, and other people that come to us and want to do something to raise money, or if there's any runners out there, by all means, lace up your shoes and we'll get you signed up and get you a nice JF singlet, because I gave up running when I retired, and now I wear a skirt and pom-poms on the sidelines.
You do a great job with that.
I do, shave my legs and everything.
Go where your strengths are. I mean, seriously, that's.
Oh, it's much easier than going out there and running and putting your body, beating your body up. And, my knee won't let me run, but I wasn't a runner to begin with. I was a big fat lineman up front. Most running we did was 5 to 10 yards, I think, and that was about it.
You did a good job, though. You got a few rings and trophies.
Short burst.
You did fine. You did fine, sweetie. You're good. Another thing that's coming up is 401 Gives. If folks are interested in getting involved, obviously that's a weekend-long initiative for the United Way of Rhode Island, so people can certainly designate funds through the United Way to go to the Joe Andruzzi Foundation, which is very important.
That's a great program that Rhode Island started down there in the United Way. Just the name alone, 401 Gives. That's Rhode Island Gives, but you don't have to be from Rhode Island.
Right. You can. Absolutely.
Anybody can give.
Once again, folks, anywhere you want to be. Absolutely.
JoeAndruzziFoundation.org. Big red donate button.
It's blinking right there.
Yeah.
The road trip. This is something really cool because you're not just limited to the area where this office happens to physically be. You're all over New England, and you're making a huge impact. So talk to me about this, and what kind of brought this up?
Well, it's our 15th year of, me being cancer-free, our 15th year with the foundation, and just so many triumphs and so many different areas that we've touched on and connected with, that we want to spread the word. We want to hit certain areas that have been very good supporters of us, and being able to branch out and to all the New England states that we cover, that not just the people who we're helping know about us. We want the other people around them to know about us. That they can come and run for us if they want to do a third-party event, raise some money for us, or just want me to spruce up somebody's spirit, or many things like that, to spread the word, to talk about what we're doing and the great things we're doing here at JF, and being able to help us pay it forward in many different ways that we've talked about already. We have those 5 different programs that are sometimes forgotten about when families are battling a certain disease, not just cancer, but we're a cancer foundation, but people know any type of disease, it takes a toll on the whole family. Yeah. Especially cancer, and I know firsthand because I was stricken with cancer in 2007, and my life was turned upside down. I was about to go play for my 11th year, and here I was fighting, instead of on the field, I was fighting from a hospital bed. And it was a tough 50-plus day battle, and up and down, that road, and going back and forth in the hospital. But being in that hospital, and a lot of it I don't remember. They call it chemo brain. Between 20 years of football, get hit in the head, and chemo brain, and that was the chemo was like the cherry on top for me, I think. And they still say
once again another first comparison, chemo being a cherry on top.
Cherry on top, of course. I mean,
I know you're doing some events in Rhode Island. As part of the road trip. We've got Wright's Farm. That's going to be exciting.
Bring your appetite.
Naturally.
Of course.
Don't have to tell me twice. But you're also doing a hop over at Ravenous Brewery. That's going to be exciting.
Great place down in Rhode Island. And we're going to bring people together and talk about the foundation, but also get some good tasting beer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're also doing an event. I never pictured you perhaps as a person who was a huge fan of The Bachelor and Bachelorette, but far be it from me to judge. In the eyes of the Lord, we're all His children.
Yes.
Talk to me. You're having a great event down in Newport.
Oh, my wife and daughters love The Bachelor. They
Therefore, you do too.
Yes, exactly. It's kind of hard when you had the one TV in the living room. Got to meet Jared and now Ashley Hairborn, and they've opened up a place in Rhode Island, Audrey's Coffee House and Lounge. So we're gonna have a trivia night there with them, and should be a fun night, and hopefully not too much coffee keeping us awake at night, but I'll need some to get home though, so it should be all right. But looking forward to a fun evening with them and having a bunch of laughs.
That's awesome. And then we're going to wrap this element up with a Newport night run on April 1st. It's a big finish. What is this? Is this a race? Are we running down the cobblestone? It's only if I'm being chased.
Chased, yeah, I know.
But I'll gladly support and hand out water.
Yeah, I know some cops that would chase you. Yeah.
Well aware of them too.
Yeah, it's a fun nightly run.
Okay.
So they run at night, and I believe it's a 5K, and it's a fun event that people get involved in, and for us, the people that are going to be running for us will raise some funds and help us with helping those patients that are in need.
But everybody can learn more about it over at the website. They can learn more about all the great events, and obviously they can follow you on their social media channels as well. You've got a wonderful team here at the Joe Andruzzi Foundation, managing all the socials. You're like MasterCard, everywhere you want to be, Facebook, TikTok, my face, your space, whatever the coach used to call it, all the different things.
All different things. I can say a few other ones, but that probably won't be appropriate for the show.
Well, it happens. Sign up today.
Yeah.
JAF has a really awesome relationship and a special donor. Tell me about this.
So the Lawson family from Rhode Island, their charitable organization, is going to be matching up to 10 grand for the first 10 grand that comes into the foundation during 401 gifts. Great tribute to them and what they do for many communities, and being able to partner with them, and they know what we're about, what we do on a daily basis, and to have them, put that up. So that's, it's the first time it comes in, and it's 20 grand right there. So
that's great.
It's amazing that they are able to do that, and it's amazing that they do that for us. So we love them and love being a part of their family as well as they're part of our family. So hopefully we continue to both support and go over 20 grand and be able to pull more and more people involved, and just gather it up so we can pay it forward, and also getting people out there to spend that time and listening on what we do, and understanding that it's tough, and the cancer diagnosis really is stressful for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just the person, but it's one of those things where, I was the one, getting poked with needles and getting that poison put in my body and throwing up and, many things like that.
Yeah.
But my wife, my kids, our families, we're all affected. Mm-hmm. So it's, one of those things where we're lucky enough to be able to say what I did for a living helped us. But, it's a stressful time, and we want to relieve a little bit of that stress for families and individuals all throughout New England. So,
well, the good news is with all of this too is that unlike football, there's no limit to the roster. You can have as many people being part of this, and which is great. So,
more the merrier.
That's it. Now you will take photos with people at various events.
Yes, but I got to keep my shirt on.
Right. So but is it BYOS?
Bring your own
stool height.
If they want to. I mean,
it's a height.
I mean, I'll shrink down a little bit.
Do you? That's good.
I can bend a little bit. I mean, I get down on my knees and kind of like be the same size as a child.
That was really the song I was going for. What if Joe was one of us? Just a shrimp like one of us. It all works there. So. Joe Andruzzi, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, man.
And appreciate all the work you do. It's truly something special. Folks, you want to learn more, go follow him. Look at that camera right there. Kind of lean in. Lean in. There he is. Go follow him. There you go.
JoeAndruzziFoundation.org.
And maybe next time I'll have a bigger vehicle.